This is one of the most disgusting abuses of power I've literally ever seen in my life. The ultimate Nintendo boycott would be playing a fan game. Well, I'm not trying to get sent to prison and subject to 30% of my income for the rest of my life being sent to Nintendo, so maybe I should not do that for a little while. That was deserved? No, nobody deserves that for any reason. Okay, but you're saying that this person deserved then not only jail time, which I even think the jail time alone was egregious. Like, they didn't need to go to jail for that, A. B, 30%. If I suddenly, with my, and I'm doing okay, had to give 30% of my income right now away forever, I don't think I would survive. I don't think I could actually do that. This whole thing is literally just to make an example out of someone. Promise you today's Indie World Direct was a direct result of trying to bury this story. Donkey is complicit. He was part of it. Just kidding. I know. It's fine. He's just trying to get his game out there. I'm kidding about that part. Why are you boycotting Nintendo? Did they make fun of your mustache? Yeah, that's why. Nintendo hacker will be punished for the rest of his life. Gary Bowser, which is the guy's real name, ironically enough. The guy's name is Gary Bowser. Gary Bowser is being released from prison. This guy went to prison for video games. February 2022, Gary Bowser, member of a hacking operation team, sentenced to 40 months in prison, helping run a business that reportedly earned him $300,000. He was ordered to pay Nintendo at the time of his sentencing $10 million. And as a result, Nintendo can take 25 to 30% of his monthly gross income for the rest of his life. This is one of the most disgusting abuses of power I've literally ever seen in my life. A regular person, not a celebrity, not a tech billionaire. He was running a business, basically an independent business, where he would take people would give their Switches to them, and they would basically hack it so that you can download games and stuff. So Nintendo decided that this one regular ass guy was going to be the example. 30% of your money belongs to us forever. Just as an example to everyone else, don't do this. We will literally ruin your life. Over the course of his time at the SeaTac Federal Detention Center in Washington, he was able to pay back $25 a month, adding up to a total of $175. So he has paid back so far $175 of the $10 million. I think you should know if you commit a crime, you're going to get punished. So here's my problem with that. Technically, it is a crime to steal a pack of chicken from the store. That's illegal. You could get arrested. You could get a fine or whatever. Whether that chicken or a bag of apples was being brought home to your hungry, dying, possibly children because you don't have any money to pay for chicken and apples is irrelevant in the eyes of the law. You will still be arrested. Laws are not moral. Laws are simply restrictions. If you want to create a criminal, create a law. It's that easy. Laws mean nothing. They are made up by people. Crime is an illusion. What is a crime and what isn't a crime changes every day. You could go to jail for life for smoking weed 5 years ago. Completely legal now. Completely legal. You could just do that now. No life sentences involved. One day we will realize that the downloading of software might cause $1 billion company to lose a little bit of money, but ultimately doesn't mean that that person's life should be ruined forever. 10 million. Yeah, they did more than ask. They're getting, well, they're not going to, ultimately they won't get $10 million from him because that would be impossible to pay off. In my lifetime, I will never earn $10 million. Even if they took 100% of my pay. Moral of the story, this is supremely fucked up. Laws are made up and meaningless. They're stupid. Humans invented them to put people in jail. And I hate it, and we're playing Minecraft today. I think if Nintendo wanted to get a 20-minute collection of indie games on a whim, they could. But I also know how the news cycle works, and they probably knew that the news would drop when it did as well, and planned accordingly. I don't 100% agree with you, but I do agree that this whole case is a little smelly. Imagine for a second, everybody close your eyes. If you are someone who has a job, think about the amount of money that you make at that job and what that affords you on a monthly basis, including your bills, including your food, including whatever else you might want to do. Maybe you're going out for drinks. You're for drinks or something. Now imagine 30% of it is gone forever. I mean, maybe I'm in a worse situation than all of you in the chat right now, but I can't afford that. My whole life would change. Who am I treasoning against? I don't think this is treason. Yeah, I think we have to separate that from the situation, though. I think that you could make a lot of cases for, oh, that guy shouldn't have been punished so harshly, but he was like mean or whatever. He was kind of a mean guy. Is like kind of irrelevant to the situation, I think. So here's an example. Here's an example. YouTube re-uploads. Someone comes in, records my stream, posts a clip on their clip channel. Shannon's here. You got a ring pop? Dang. Post a clip on their clip channel, and they monetize that channel. And maybe this is a personal thing, but I do think that it has its benefits as well. One, that's getting you out to more people, exposure, whatever. For me, it's like I don't actually lose anything from that. People aren't watching that video instead of watching me. That's just not how that works. YouTube money is a lot less. In the grand scheme of Nintendo sales, $300,000 is a lot less. It's like the same ratio even. Oh yeah, and that's also related to the situation, the Point Crow situation, where literally like 2 weeks before this, Nintendo just started wiping this guy's channel who just did like Breath of the Wild videos, and he like released a video that was literally a plea saying like, Nintendo, please don't do this. This is my entire livelihood, is making Breath of the Wild videos on YouTube. And they took down his whole channel.
Why?
Because technically every gaming company has the right to do that because they own the right to the game.
Well, that's stupid. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah. I think stealing essentials and food as a result of poverty has a different moral standpoint than stealing video games. Oh, absolutely. I agree with that as well. But I do think we have too much of a connection, and like we place too much ownership on like intellectual property, and like, oh, this game or whatever belongs to Nintendo, so you have to pay them to play it, or you're being bad. Like I don't agree with that. I have paid for all of my, well, I won't say all because some of them are like PR copies or whatever. I think that we need to get away from that, and this is just part of my own philosophy. But I think then if you get into like on the personal side of it, it's like, oh, I have to believe in this concept of ownership so that I can also have things. And ultimately, in my personal worldview, I would like to get away from this is my stuff for me only forever, and don't touch it, or I can legally like sue you, or in some states shoot you.
This guy's name was really Bowser.
His name was actually Bowser.
That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. That's insane.
So it is a little bit funny.
Mhm.